Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. And this week, we are heading to one of my favorite formats, Legacy, to play some Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. That's right, Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. Breaking Legacy, perhaps, we're playing some Sultai Acererak Aluren combo. So let's talk about this ridiculous AFR combo deck. Jump into a Legacy League, see it in action. All right, so here is our Sultai Acererak Aluren deck, and this deck's really sweet. I'm excited to play some more Legacy. So the idea of this deck, it's pretty simple. Step 1, find Acererak. Step 2, find Aluren. Aluren, this weird old enchantment that lets any player cast creatures mana value 3 or less as if they had flash and without paying their mana cost. So if we get on Aluren, we can just cast Acererak an infinite number of times for free as long as we don't go into the Tomb of Annihilation dungeon. So we cast it, we progress through a dungeon, bounces back, cast it again and again. We usually go through Lost Mine of Pandelver because Lost Mine of Pandelver has a room that drains the opponent for 1. So that means once we go through that room 20 times or whatever, we just drain our opponent completely out of the game. You probably noticed only 3 Acereraks. That's because we're also playing Living Wish, which can tutor a creature or a land from our sideboard into our hand. So our last copy of Acererak is in our sideboard along with a bunch more creature-based tutor targets. We have Brazen Borrower for removal, Grist for removal, Reclamation Sage for artifacts, Endurance for graveyards, Collector for artifacts, Plague Engineer for tribal decks, Karakas as a land we can tutor it up, good against like Emrakul style decks, can also save our Acererak. Otherwise on the sideboard, a bunch of ways to protect the combo, some Carpet of Flowers to punish the blue decks. Back to the main deck, we also have a ton of ways to find the combo there. Brainstorm Ponder, just cheap ways to dig for our combo pieces. Spellseeker, it's pretty cute. We can Spellseek up Diabolic Intent, then sack Spellseeker to Diabolic Intent to tutor up anything. So that's another way we can find Aluren. It's pretty easy to find Acererak thanks to Living Wish. Aluren can be a little bit more challenging since we can't just tutor it up from our sideboard. Otherwise, we got Green Sun Zenith and a bunch of creatures to go with it. A Dryad Arbor gives us in turn 1 ramp. Veteran Explorer, just a 1-up. We can sack into Cabal Therapy. Otherwise, a bunch of card draw ETB creatures, which don't go infinite with Aluren. But Icefang, Quaddle, Uro are ways to draw cards for free with Aluren to dig for our payoff to win the game, find our Acererak or whatever. Leovold to shut down card draw. Otherwise, Force of Will to protect the combo. Cabal Therapy to protect the combo from counters primarily, also to sack Veteran Explorer. Abrupt Decay for removal. Mana Base, pretty typical Legacy stuff. Fetch lands, dual lands, some snow-covered basics for Quaddle. And that is Sultai Acererak Aluren for Legacy. That's our budget brew for this week. So let's jump into a league. See if Acererak is actually Legacy playable. Is Adventures in Forgotten Realms actually breaking the Legacy format? We're gonna find out. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the gameplay, and I'll be back in a bit with a wrap-up. Looking for some sweet new Dungeons & Dragons Adventures in the Forgotten Realms cards? Well, you can order them now from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, by heading over to cardkingdom.com. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are legacying this week with some Acererak. We're playing Adventures in the Forgotten Realms in Legacy Acererak Aluren combo, Infinite Dungeon, etc., etc. We're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep it. It's real close. I wish we had one more land, and I'm still hoping we draw a land. We can Green Sun Zenith for Dryad Arbor. Mountain Go. What kind of deck leads on? Oh, there's a land. Okay, so what deck in Legacy would lead on a basic mountain? We got a Cabal. Oh my goodness, we're gonna whiff so hard on this Cabal Therapy, aren't we? What do we name? I don't feel like Is It Delver would lead on a basic mountain. They play like 1 in their deck. Prison? Some sort of prison strategy? Painter's Servant combo? Minotaurs? No? Okay. Misty Rainforest. Crack it. Get a Watery Grave. So what we're going to do here is, that's right, we're playing Legacy, Underground Sea. We're going to Cabal Therapy this turn. Next turn, we can Green Sun Zenith for our 1 Veteran Explorer. We're just shooting in the dark here. I have no idea. We're going to go with Painter's Servant. See what happens. Okay. Emrakul? Okay, sure. Well, opponent's son, a spicy meatball. Blood Sun, Simian Spirit Guide. Well, thankfully it's on a Blood Moon. Blood Sun, Simian Spirit Guide, Emrakul. So it's gotta be like mono red sneak attack, I guess. So here comes Blood Sun, which actually doesn't really do much. Doesn't actually do much against us. Opponent gets to draw a card. Well, let's start the ramping. Snow-covered forest. Green Sun Zenith. X1. Get a Veteran Explorer. Cabal Therapy. I guess we just take the Emrakul since we know we're gonna hit. Grab a couple lands. Let's see, Swamp and Island? Swamp Island. Opponent also gets lands. We will name Emrakul. Get rid of the Emrakul. Shuffles back in. I don't even think we care about taking Simian Spirit Guide, honestly. Do we just want this in our graveyard? Maybe? I mean, we could take... Well, yeah, I guess we do. All right, sure. Cabal Therapy. Take the Monkey. Yeah, I think our opponent's trying to punish fetch lands, but we're not really paying fetch lands. Oh, we might have messed up a smidge with our tutoring. We probably should have got another green source for Aluren, because if we draw Aluren, we can just straight up win. So I think we Spellseeker, get a Ponder. Well, there's our green source. Put on top, no shuffle. Play the Tropical Island, go. All right, so all we need to do is find a Aluren and we win. And if our opponent does something busted, Chalice on 1. Yes, that does not really stop our combos, that's fine. So we have a force if our opponent does something broken. I feel like we're in a good spot. Well, that's Green Sun Zenith for what? Okay, I think we Green Sun Zenith for... Uro or Coatl? Let's just get Coatl. Green Sun X2. Get Coatl, draw a card. Forest. Play the snow-covered forest. Green Sun Zenith. I think we gotta hold on to Acererak until we draw, or hold on to Leovold until we draw another blue card. Wow, opponent. Wants no piece of the Coatls, it scoops it up. Okay, so we didn't get to go off, but all right, opponent's playing some sort of Blood Sun prison. What is going on in our opponent's deck? I honestly did not realize that Blood Sun was a thing that people played in Legacy. Blood Sun Emrakul. This has got to be some weird sort of mono red prison deck. It's gotta be. The question is, how do we sideboard against it? Blood Sun. If it was Blood Moon, that might be scary. Blood Sun's not as scary. All right, I have no idea. Okay, so what are we bringing in? I guess Caracas. Although it doesn't work under Blood Sun. But if there's not a Blood Sun or a Blood Moon, that does answer an Emrakul. Carpet of Flowers, no. Thoughtseize, maybe. Grist. Force of Vigor, most likely. Abrupt Decay does deal with stuff. Do we want the Thoughtseizes? Thoughtseizes is good on turn 1, less good later in the game. The other question is, what can we cut? Well, we didn't get punished for not tutoring out the forest, so that's nice. Let's go down 1 fetch land because of Blood Sun. Bring in the Caracas. Go down in Uro. Uro's just a strong card. Go down in Uro. I wish I knew what our opponent was doing. It would make it so much easier to sideboard against their deck if we knew what their deck was doing. All right, we're gonna sideboard like this. That is probably not optimal, but we're gonna go for it. Force of Will, wrong colors of mana. This is a lot like the last hand. We're gonna mulligan. All right, this is fine. We will keep. We will put a Ponder to the bottom. We don't have any defense with this hand, which could mean we get janked out. Chalice on 1. Good thing we put the Ponder to the bottom. Yeah, that's bad. Bad news. Well, gonna be a little slow. Little slow. All right. Well, in that case, Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Oh, we gotta get a dual land. Oh, if we get Blood Moon. Blood Sun is fine. Green Sun Zenith, X0. Oh my god, I am an idiot! Oh no, oh no. Oh no. Oh boy. Well, it wouldn't be a Legacy League without us playing at least one thing into a Chalice of the Void, Trinisphere. All right, so we know what our opponent's doing. We got to figure it out. They're playing Prison. They're drawing lots of Ancient Tombs. They have Emrakul in their deck for some reason. we cannot cast any spells. We will pass the turn. Well, with this start, we probably were not going to win anyway. Oh my god, triple Ancient Tomb. Opponent, 6 mana. Lotus Petal for 3 mana. Goblin Rabble Master. Well, opponent's going for it. That is a clock. Gets in and hits us. They are going to lose the ability to cast things here pretty quickly. Well, what do we find? A land, please. All right, that's a land. So we can 1, 2, 3. Living Wish. Yes. Plague Engineer. Go. Plague Engineer on Goblin should slow our opponent down. Opponent's gonna hit us. And our opponent can't go too crazy because of these Ancient Tombs. They've already spent 12 life, so we take a huge hit here. Huge hit. Yeah. Down to 12. Opponent passes. Good news is, now we get to Plague Engineer. Name Goblin for sure. Pass the turn. Opponent needs colored mana, I assume. Makes a goblin, it dies. Opponent passes. We draw Caracas. I'll play Caracas. Let's 1, 2, 3. Spellseeker. Get a Diabolic Intent. Pass the turn. I mean, at this point, we're trying to get Aluren on the battlefield and set up the combo kill. Opponent taps. Goblin dies. Opponent passes. Well, I mean, I think we get to set up for the... Oh, no, because the Trinisphere, we need 2 turns. All right, so 1, 2, 3. Actually, leave Caracas up just in case. 1, 2, 3. Diabolic Intent. Sack the Spellseeker. Get Aluren. Play the land. Go to combat. Attack you. Try to shove off these Ancient Tombs. Misty Rainforest. Crack it. Get a forest. Pass the turn. All right, opponent. Untaps. Are we going to win through casting a spell into Chalice? Possibly. Opponent doesn't even get in. Passes. All right. Acererak, please. Oh, that's Acererak. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aluren. Oh, no. But we can't go infinite because of Trinisphere. Oh, boy. We're butchering this in every possible way, aren't we? I'll go to combat. Hit ya. Oh, I'm going to get so yelled at. This is our first game with the deck. Keep that in mind. This is our very first game with the deck. Hit ya. Green Sun Zenith. Hopefully this works properly. X3. Get Leovold. Pass the turn. Oh boy. Oh, there's going to be so much yelling. We're going to win this game, but we are going to get so yelled at. Well, I guess I. Okay. Oh, wait. There's a couple. Uh-oh. Simian Spirit Guide. Opponent down to 4. Seething Sog. Okay. Can they actually kill us? Oh, all right. Poe scoops it up. All right, I've never been happier to win a game. Okay, so good news. I know there will be yelling. That's fine. It is deserved. We got our cast a spell into Chalice out of the game early this time. Every league, it happens at least once. Thankfully, it wasn't our Chalice this time, and we got it out of the way in our very first game. So no more casting into Chalices. How about that? I think we got it. We fulfilled the tradition. Now we can stop doing that. Sweet. Much brew about nothing time. We are casting spells into Chalice of the Void with a Acererak Aluren in Legacy this week, and see what our opponent's doing. Hopefully they're not playing Chalice. I mean, we got 2 Brainstorms. How bad can... we'll keep. I feel like with 2 Brainstorms, even though the rest of this hand is kind of meh, like, how bad can it be? Flooded Strand for our opponent. Cracks it. Brainstorm is just so good at improving your hand that I feel like this is probably fine to keep. Oh boy. Dragonzord's Channeler. Opponent going aggro and passes. Well, there's a fetch. Snow-covered island, go. Opponent. Having a lot of basics does help against Wasteland. That is a bonus. Haha, got him. Nice colorless land, nice waste, opponent. Oh my god. 2 Dragon Rage Channeler. It might not matter that our opponent's on the waste plan. Opponent, gonna hit us. Yeah, we don't have that much removal. Thankfully, they're only 1/1s at the moment. That helps a bit. Opponent hits us down to 19, sure. Well, I think we wait on this Brainstorm until we have Misty Spellseeker. Well, play Misty Rainforest, Brainstorm, put back Dryad Arbor, put back, well, I guess Forest, and yeah, I guess we pass. Huh, so we just brainstormed into more Brainstorms and Spellseekers. I don't know if that's great for us. Hopefully they're not stifling. If we get punished for not cracking this end step, that would be a bummer. Opponent goes to combat. Hits us. Sure. Down to 17. We'll crack Misty. Get a snow-covered island. Untap. Well, Quaddle's not bad. Well, let's play Misty Rainforest. Go. I'm assuming our opponent has a Daze. That seems like the kind of card our opponent would have. And not really have an opportunity to cast about it. Combat. Hits us. The 1-1 beatdown. They probably have Dazes and Force of Wills. That would make the most sense to me. Opponent hits us. Well, let's brainstorm. All right. Put back Bayou, Underground Sea, crack Misty Rainforest, Snow-Covered Forest. Do we play Quaddle and risk getting dazed? Let's wait. Untap. I mean, we have this Cabal Therapy now, which is good. If we ever draw and resolve Aluren, I think we can win. Diabolic Intent. Okay, so, well, Verdant Catacombs. Crack it. Down to 12. Still a little scared about where we're at. We'll see. Opponents just played 2 Dragon Rage Channel. It's got to be a handful of Force of Wills and Dazes. Like, that's the only thing that makes any amount of sense. Snow-Covered Swamp. Cabal Therapy you. See if this makes our opponent do things. At some point, I assume they're going to start casting stuff just to start surveilling and try to turn on these Dragon Rage Channelers. Like, if these suddenly become... All right, there's a Force. Yeah. Well, that is something we're worried about. Mill's a Brainstorm. Force pitching a Daze. Okay, well, we correctly guessed what was in our opponent's hand. Mill's a land. Well, I think we pass. Still don't really want to play into the Daze. And then flash in Coatl, hopefully. Opponent. All right, there's a Bolt. Yeah. That's scary. Scary stuff. Yeah, we might just be dying. Mill's a Delver. 3 card types. Ooh. Yeah, that's not great. So opponent needs a sorcery or an artifact. All right, Mill's 2 Delvers. All right, we'll see. Opponent untaps. And are we dead? Opponent. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh, okay. So opponent Winter Orbs and dazes Winter Orb to get an artifact in the graveyard. Yeah, Winter Orb's kind of a blowout. Leaves a card on top. Well, hopefully this Icefang Quaddle can save us, or else we're gonna be dead-ish. Opponent can replay the land. Goes to combat. There's the attack. Well, we need to Icefang Quaddle. Please no bolts or forces. Draw a card. Block. Drop to 6. Ooh, I think we got a Brainstorm here too. Brainstorm. If we get dazed, we get dazed. All right, another daze. Sure. Okay, can we find a way through this? We will not pay for the daze. Cannot pay for the daze. Untap. Draw. Aluren, maybe? Aluren doesn't actually let us win, though. We draw Ponder. All right, is there a way we can deal with this Dragon Rage Channeler? So I guess I think we got a plan. We play a Snow-Covered Forest. We Spell Seeker to get a Abrupt Decay. We blow up the Dragon's Rage Channeler. We pass the turn. All right, threat dealt with. I mean, we are only at 6. That is not a high life total. Opponent plays a Tropical Island. Nimble Mongoose, sure. Passes. Acererak, maybe? Force. Ooh, okay. I do like having a Force of Will. Wow, we are so close to being able to win. We need the Acererak. Well, let's Ponder. Because Diabolic Intent can sack Spellseeker. I mean, Quaddle is good. Is it good enough? All right, so put on top. Put on top. I think this is fine. So we keep the Quaddle. We draw the Quaddle. We Diabolic Intent away the Spellseeker to get... Wow, should we just get Uro? Maybe Uro is just insane. Like, maybe playing this fairly is better. Yeah, let's get Uro. Play Tropical Island. Uro. Go up to 9. No land. Pass the turn. Force of Will still in hand for protection. Opponent untaps. Volcanic Island. I think we might be good. I think this Uro's just gonna take it home. Sure, opponent destroys a land. Goes to combat, hits us. But Uro is ready to escape. Opponent passes. Well, one Snow-Covered Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Uro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get back Uro. Go back up to 9. Put the land into play. Pass the turn. I mean, we're not comboing, but we're also not dying. Good thing our opponent countered their own Winter Orb, Polluted Delta. And opponent, okay. Sometimes you Uro and that's enough. Opponent playing Delver. The top deck in Legacy at the moment. So against Delver, what is good? Carpet of Flowers is probably... I mean, do you bring Carpet of Flowers against this deck? I would think so. Veil of Summer, Carpet of Flowers. What about Thoughtseize? Is Thoughtseize worth it? Also, how do we answer a big, fast Murktide Regent? Can we answer that? Is it worth trying to Karakas or Ragavad? So many questions. All right, so there's the cards we're interested in. Veil of Summer, 2 Carpets of Flowers. I guess Grist is a way we can kill something big. What do we cut? Do we even need Force of Will? Do we want Force of Will to fight our opponent's stuff? We might be able to trim Force of Wills. Trim a Force of Will. So trim a Force of Will, maybe trim a Force of Will and a Green Sun Zenith? Maybe we just go like this. The Thoughtseizes could be helpful too. I wonder if Thoughtseize is just better than Force of Will. I guess Thoughtseize, the life loss, is somewhat relevant. Let's try it like this. Try it like this. Go down some forces. Force is a card, I don't know. It's at its best against unfair decks, and our opponent's deck, while it is pretty scary, it's not an unfair deck. It's like aggro, tempo, counterspell style deck. So 2 for 1-ing ourselves doesn't seem super great. Like, what are we trying to stop? A Murktide and then we can get days back or whatever? This hand has an Aluren, but not much else. Yeah, I think we're gonna mulligan that. Well, okay, this is interesting. We will keep. We will put probably a Living Wish to the bottom. All right, well, we'll see. Go snakes, I guess. About it. Tropical Island. Delver of Secrets. Well, we draw an Abrupt Decay, which is pretty good. Well, play a Misty Rainforest. Oh, the hard part's gonna be what lands we fetch out. We want to get basics to play around Wasteland, but that does make it hard to Abrupt Decay. All right, opponent's going to Brainstorm in response to flip the Delver. Yeah, drawing 1 more land would be pretty nice. The upside of Abrupt Decay is it doesn't get countered. Like, if we draw land, oh, yes, it's really awkward. Oh, I really don't want to get Wastelanded, though. We would like to be able to Veil of Summer plus Ice Fang Quaddle, but boy, that's going to be tricky without getting dual lands and potentially getting Wastelanded. So Brainstorm, going to make sure Delver flips. No luck required. Delver of Secrets flips with a Bolt effect, I would guess. Spell Pierce, okay. Opponent, Flooded Strand. Goes to combat, hits us. Down to 17. Uh-oh, another threat? That's less than optimal. Volcanic Island. Oh, so many Delvers. Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, we untap, we draw. Acererak. Well, that's good if we ever can go infinite. Ooh, all right, we will pass the turn. Oh, we're going to have to get a dual land, aren't we? Maybe our opponent would shuffle away their Wastelands after we played all basics in game 1. Like, maybe they don't keep 1? I don't think we're going to have a choice, though. I think we're going to have to... Oh, I think we're going to have to get 1. I guess we could try to wait till end step and take the beats. Tropical Island. All right, so no Wasteland this turn. Well, I guess that makes us feel better. At least we're not getting Wastelanded this turn. So it's probably worth just getting a dual land and hoping it don't Wasteland us next turn. Another land would be so helpful. Being able to like Quaddle and Veil of Summer or living with Veil of Summer would be really good. Opponent, considering their possibilities. Winter Orb. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing that is bad for us. Mills a Delver. Well, this might mean we have to blow up the Winter Orb. Actually, what if we blow up the Delver? Can we play through a Winter Orb? Yeah, there's no great choices at the moment. If we blow this up, then we're just getting wrecked by the Delvers. Daze is going to get us big time. If we blow this up, it also turns on the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Well, I mean, I guess we gotta play through it. Yep, Underground Sea. Really need to draw land this turn. Forest, Abrupt Decay of the Delver. All right, well, yeah, Winter Orb is a thing. Oh no, another Delver. Untap and a land off the top, please. Wrong land. It is a land though. All right, pass the turn. Opponent untaps a land. Delver of Secrets. Is it flipping? We're leaning pretty hard on these Quaddles. It flips with a Ponder. Clock increasing. Ooh, and that puts a sorcery in the graveyard. Ooh! Oh no! And a Wasteland. Oh god. Okay. Yeah. Now we are in super huge trouble. Opponent ponders, turns on Dragon's Rage Channeler. Yeah, this deck is really good. This is a deck that Legacy players have been kind of wondering about whether something like Daze should end up getting banned. Winter Orb is pretty cute in the deck and pretty brutal. About it. Pondering away. Yeah, Mills the Brainstorm. So we're taking 6. Yeah, I guess we got to draw land to have any realistic shot. Opponent hits us down to 8. Oh, we draw a Bayou. Ugh. That is a land, but it's not the land we needed. I'll play a Bayou. Yeah, the problem with this is that Icefang Quaddle's just chumping. Opponent untaps a land, goes to combat, hits us down to 2. Not a lot of life. Well, Icefang Quaddle. I think we gotta wait and try to... Opponent's gonna force. We are going to Veil of Summer. Does our opponent... yeah. Yep. That does it. Ugh, so many counters. Okay. How can we realistically stop this deck? How can we beat it? Carpet of Flowers on turn 1 would go a long way. That would be super helpful. Maybe we need to main deck the Rex Sage and go to Acererak's main deck because we have the Living Wishes to find them. I'm tempted to just bring in Thoughtseize over Force. Yeah, let's go down to Ponder for a Thoughtseize. Ugh. All right, let's try it like that. All right, let's get off to a good start. We are on the play, which means we have 1 turn to do things before the counters turn on for the most part. We can still get forced, but, well, all right, there's Carpet of Flowers. We will keep... This hand does not have a finisher, but it's gonna have mana. Well, we'll see. Snow-covered forest. Carpet of Flowers. Carpet of Flowers also means we don't care a ton about Winter Orb. Pass the turn. Yeah, this makes Winter Orb and Wasteland a lot less effective. And Dazed to some extent. Flooded Strand. Opponent passes. Well, we will not use Carpet of Flowers. No island. Play a forest. Carpet of Flowers. Opponent's not going to be able to avoid islands forever. Like, their deck is built around islands. Pass the turn. All right, well, your go. I guess I can avoid cracking the fetch for as long as possible. All right, there's a cracking the fetch. Here comes the island. Well, now we got lots of mana. Opponent ponders. Sure. So we have a ridiculous amount of mana. Can we find some action to go with it? There's the Delver. Opponent passes. We draw. Force of Will. Add blue. Add black. Play Veteran Explorer. Play Misty Rainforest. Sack Veteran Explorer. Get a swamp and a island. Question is, what do we tutor up? Uro, but we don't have cards to get it back. Leovold's kind of insane. We can just brainstorm to try to improve our hand. I don't think we're ready for Aluren yet. We can Living Wish? This is actually super tough. There's no super obvious choice here. I mean, Uro's gonna be good eventually. Now this is awkward, but we're gonna take Brainstorm, and we're gonna cast Brainstorm. We have so much mana that our opponent's best way to win is probably keeping us from drawing cards and hoping we don't find action. Uro is something we want long-term, but we really want a few more cards in the graveyard, which is where Brainstorm helps. All right, oh my goodness, Resolves. Okay. That is pretty spectacular. So, that's Aluren and Acererak. Wow, if we could resolve things, we could win right here and now. So we're gonna have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put back Misty Rainforest. Put back Aluren. Living Wish. See if this gets the force out of our opponent's hand. I mean, because we have the win set up for next turn. We have the full combo. Opponent says no. All right, we will tutor. We will take I think we take Brazen Borrower. Yeah, take Brazen Borrower. Brazen Borrower is a blue card we can pitch to Force of Will. And we'll see. We might be able to win the game next turn. Maybe. Pass the turn. Opponent. Delver. Does it flip? No. All right, opponent plays a land, so that's even more mana. Goes to combat. Hits us. Sure. Down to 19. We untap. We draw the Aluren. Well, add blue, green. Play Aluren. Resolves. Okay. Acererak. Resolves. I mean, if our opponent can't counter this, I'm not sure how they stop it. I think, do we have it? Do we just have the combo kill against the best deck in the format? Acererak coming through? Maybe? Going to stifle the trigger. Okay, well, we will pass the turn. I mean, so we don't get the combo kill, but Acererak on the battlefield's actually pretty good too. Opponent, Delver, gets a ponder, flips, goes to combat, hits us. Sure, down to 16. Ponders. I mean, if we draw another Acererak, then we win, presumably. Flooded Strand. Opponent cracks it. They chose not to shuffle, interestingly. Sylvan Library. Sure. Opponent passes. Well, crack the Misty. Get the Dryad Arbor. Untap. Draw. Brainstorm's good. Very good. Well, we will add a bunch of blue. We will add a bunch of... well, maybe just a bunch more blue. Add blue, add blue. Brainstorm. put back 2 lands. Living Wish. Get Acererak. Yeah, waste our mana, go to combat, attack, get rid of the Delver, make a zombie. Oh, unless they sacrifice. Opponent goes to 12. All right, let's try it again. Acererak. Keep the new one. Do you have another answer? Opponent stifles. Well, we will force. Pitching Brazen Borrower. We will venture into Fandelver. Bottom. Acererak. Make a Goblin. Acererak. Now we just got... Okay, opponent scoops it up. Oh, we got there. I was afraid we were going to time out, but we got there. Eventually, we just go through Dark Pool 12 times before running out of time, and we got the win. That was pretty impressive. Opponent brought in Stifles for days, which actually kind of shuts down the combo, but not in the best way, because we get to keep the 5/5 with a pretty decent attack trigger, so even with our opponent shutting it out, it's not the end of the world. And yeah, all right, Acererak. Yeah, I mean, in that game, it was really the Carpet of Flowers that were key. Having double Carpet of Flowers, that is exactly what we wanted in our opening hand. We just had so much mana that all of our opponents soft counter stuff, their spell pierces and so forth, dazes don't do much, and we don't really care about their Winter Orbs because we can just make all the mana we need with Carpet. So Winter Orb hurts our opponent, but not us. So that was impressive. That was against the best deck in the format, and Acererak taking it down. Sweet. Much brew about nothing time. We are Acererak-ing. I guess we'll keep this. Little awkward that we got the Dryad Arbor, so we can't Green Sun Zenith it, but we can play Veteran Explorer and hope that it dies. I hate drawing Dryad Arbor. The problem with drawing Dryad Arbor is eventually got to play it, and it's a really bad land if you're not tutoring it out with Green Sun Zenith. Lands with Summoning Sickness is a little bit unfortunate. All right, well, Snowcovered Forest and a Veteran Explorer. Yeah. All right, let's see what our opponent's up to. Hopefully nothing good. Ooh, Forest and Ether Vial. All right. Interesting. Well, let's Snow-Covered Island and Ponder. Force of Will doesn't seem great. Second Uro might not be necessary. So next turn we can Uro, put both lands into play. So Force of Will. Actually, let's do Uro, Force of Will, Spell Seeker. No shuffling. Pass the turn. Opponent. Land and go. All right, so we draw the Force of Will. Let's Vern Catacombs, crack it. So we're gonna get more green here. I guess we get blue-black. Uro. Draw a card, gain some life, put a Dryad Harbor, unfortunately, into play. Ponder is not the worst draw. I mean, we're making headway. I'll get him with Veteran Explorer. We're pretty fine with it dying. If our opponent wants to violence something and block, like, please, we would love you for it. Opponent cracks Windswept Teeth. Gets a Taiga. Bolts the Dryad Arbor. Another reason why Dryad Arbor is pretty bad. Ether Vial. Taken up to 2. Land. All right, Ragavan. Well, I guess we should have left back the Explorer. I guess you just always got to assume someone's going to have the monkey. Bonnet, Treasure, Icefang Coatl can actually cast it. Well, that's kind of a blowout. Yeah, all right, Coatl draws a card. Opponent's playing our deck pretty well. Picks up the Ragavan. Well, we untap. Another Force. Well, let's Ponder. We at least got to hit a land. Oh, geez. Interesting. I'll put on top. I think we just keep the Diabolic Intent. Put them all on top. No shuffle. Now we can Diabolic Intent, Veteran Explorer. Get a couple of lands. Yes. Get a Forest and a Island. Tutor up. I mean, I guess we just take Aluren. We just take Aluren, and if we can find a way to get a Acererak, we can just combo kill. The bad news about this is we are going to get hit again by Ragavan. Opponent taking up the Vial. So I guess what we can do is spells. We can Aluren. Wow, we need a land. If we draw a land, we can Aluren, Spell Seeker, Living Wish, Cash Living Wish, get a Acererak, combo off with Force of Will back up. If we draw a land and nothing goes horribly wrong, I think we can just win next turn. That's the hope anyway. Opponent, Ragavan, no dashing. Interesting. Worst case, we can Spell Seeker, Living Wish, or get back Uro. We got plenty of options. Opponent, combat. Opponent is not doing much of anything, which is weird. They're leaving up a bunch of mana. We could also just draw a Acererak. If we just draw a Acererak, we also win. So there's several ways, land or a Acererak, we should just win. I guess maybe our opponent could violence something that disrupts it. Opponent passes. Uro. We will Spellseeker, get a Living Wish. Opponent vials in, Magus of the Moon. Oh, that actually is a problem, isn't it? Huh. All right, that I think probably counts as a punt. All right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a punt because we could have floated the mana. I guess we should have assumed that's what it was. All right, pass the turn. Opponent. Huh. Going to vial again. Clothis. Gonna start eating the graveyard. Oh no, oh my goodness. So many punts with this deck. We could have still cast a Living Wish. Opponent. Fauna Shaman. I don't think we care about countering that. Goes to combat. Attacks. We will take it. We draw. All right, so we draw a land, so none of this matters after all. So we will Living Wish. Okay, well, we punted our way through, but we got there. Living Wish. Yes, please. Take Acererak. Snow-covered forest, Aluren, and Acererak. Opponent's going to bolt Acererak, sure. Eternal Witness. Well, we will counter it. And opponent scoops it. Oh my god. Huh! Well, let me know in the comments which punts you found worse. Oh dear. We're winning, but I definitely don't think this has been a shining example of how to play this deck. So winning is good though. I am glad that we're winning. But yes, I don't think so far, other than the winning part, that you can really point to this as an example of how best to play Acererak Aluren. But maybe the deck's just so good that you can, stumble and bumble around a little bit and still have success. Oh god. Opponent on the play this game for game number 2. I will say we haven't cast another spell into Chalice though. That was a different punt. A Blood Moon based punt. That wasn't even actually really a punt, but oh well. Unfortunately, we got Dryad Arbor in hand. That's not great. Good news is we got Aluren and Acererak, so if things don't go horribly wrong somehow, we can hopefully just cast them both and win. Opponent, Ether Vial, sure. And another Ignoble Hierarch. Crack this. Snow-covered forest, gonna play it safe. Untap. Snow-covered forest, Green Sun Zenith. Get a Veteran Explorer, pass the turn. All right, so if Veteran Explorer dies, we can potentially just win next turn, which is hilarious. Otherwise, drawing other colors of mana would be nice. Trying to play around the Blood Moon, so we'll always have Aluren mana, but that's leaving us without any black mana, which is a bit awkward. Attack, please. Like, this dying fixes all of our mana issues, and then some. Opponent goes to combat. Ooh, all right. Opponent also would like mana. Well, this makes us happy. Very, very happy. We will block with Veteran Explorer. We will get a snow-covered island, a snow-covered swamp. Opponent also gets some lands, not as pretty as ours, but well, now the question's gonna be, do we just go for it? Opponent's passing. Maybe we wait. I'm definitely tempted to wait and play Leovold Coatl and see if we can get our opponent to do some things. Yeah, let's do that. Let's play the Tropical Island. Play Leovold. Pass the turn. We just want our opponent to empty their hand a bit more. Or maybe we draw into a Force of Will to make sure they don't have an instant speedway to blow up the Aluren. Opponent going to bolt the Leovold. Okay, we will draw, Ponder, that's fine. Opponent, Vials it, Ragavan. Well, we can flash in the Coatl to block the Ragavan. And if our opponent fights that, the odds of, we got the Bolt out of their hand. The odds of the Aluren sticking go up. Coatl. Whoa, opponent stomps. All right, I think this probably just means we're going for it. Opponent going to steal something. Sure, it's a Brainstorm, which is actually kind of insane. I assume Brainstorms, yep. Ragavan is such a magic card. All right. Well, do we just go for it? That is the question. We can ponder to try to find like a Force of Will. Opponent. Passing, leaving up mana. Okay. We draw. Force of Will. Well, in that case, now we're definitely going for it. Like, we're definitely just going for it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aluren. And Acererak. And we got the GGs. Okay. 3-0. 3-0. We are cruising through this Legacy League. Stack actually feels pretty good. Like, I mean, it is 4 mana into 3 mana win the game. And we get a lot of other just like random value-y stuff and tutors, which are pretty cute. I mean, yeah. Apparently the deck is good enough to overcome our irrational misplays, which that's a sign of a good deck. You know, if I can win with it, then you can probably win with it too. Well, let's keep it going. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are doing some more Acereraking. And, oh my goodness. All right. Okay, we're going to keep this. I mean, we got no defense, but we just randomly have the combo. So if we somehow... Oh, this Dryad Arbor. I hate Dryad Arbor. If we somehow live long enough and just resolve our pieces, we win, theoretically. Not having any defense is annoying, and having to play this Dryad Arbor, always, I have the worst Dryad Arbor luck, I swear. Always punished by having it in hand. But I don't think we can not keep this hand, just because the combo is so alluring. Opponent passes. We draw. Oh, opponent's gonna crack. Sure. It's an island. Well. Yeah. Let's play Snow-Covered Island. Gonna try to, maybe we keep drawing lands and we don't have to play the Dryad Arbor. Drawing a Force of Will would be sweet to help make sure our stuff resolves. Boon. I guess we have 2 shots at Aluren though. Well, there's the Wasteland. Boon, it passes. Let's, how do we want to do this? Let's play Catacombs and Green Sun Zenith for 1. I think we got to play the real land because we might need to pay for a daze. Get a Veteran Explorer, pass the turn. I don't know how we make it die, but we do have it. All right, opponent, let's see what you got. Oh, this Dryad Arbor is still going to haunt us, isn't it? Opponent. Oh, cycles a Timeless Dragon. Sure. What is happening? Opponent gives a Tundra. Okay, sure. So please die somehow. Cabal Therapy would be sweet. Opponent. So that's supposed to be some sort of Miracle Control style deck, I would assume. Have not seen a Timeless Dragon deck in Legacy yet. Opponent. All right, there goes the Veteran Explorer and a Standstill. Interesting. Opponent passes. We draw Force of Will. Well, play Dryad Arbor. We got a clock. Pass the turn. Unfortunately, we're probably going to have to break this Standstill, which is a bummer. Opponent passes. We draw. Diabolic Intent. Well, I mean, I think we got to go for it. Snow-Covered Forest. Actually, maybe we wait until our opponent gets back Timeless Dragon. Go to combat, hit ya. I mean, we got the clock. Technically, we are winning the Standstill race. I don't think that this Dryad Arbor is actually going to make it all the way, but another Force of Will. Hit ya for 1. I take it all back. Dryad Arbor. If you go all the way against this Standstill deck, I take back every mean thing I said. Spellseeker. Go to combat. Hit ya. Unfortunately, we're not drawing lands, which is awkward. Opponent goes to 16. Discard Diabolic Intent. At some point, we're going to go for it through the Standstill. I mean, we're going to have double force backup. Opponent going to Wasteland, so now we're going to need to draw land. If they drew another Wasteland, this is an issue. Okay. They did not go after the Dryad Arbor, interestingly. Oh, they have the Timeless Dragon. All right, well, if we draw land, this is the window. Opponent, Tundra. Come on, land. Opponent gonna get back the Timeless Dragon. Any land in the deck. Opponent passes. Tropical Island. All right, well, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Aluren. Opponent gets to draw some cards. Well, we'll see. We'll see if they can beat double Force of Will. Aluren. Opponent has Force of Negation. Well, we will Force of Will, pitching Spellseeker. Aluren. Still on the stat. Resolves. Okay, Acererak. Resolves. Oh boy. All right. Is our opponent actually going to make us play this out? To the bottom. Acererak. Let's always yield. Acererak. Let's always yield. Dark Pool. I mean, so this is game. I don't know how long this is going to take for us to actually win. We just have to keep going through Lost Mine of Phandelver again and again. All right, Acererak. Hopefully we've pretty much automated this. Mine Tunnel. Dark Pool. And Acererak. Lost Mine of Phandelver. To the bottom. Let's cast Acererak. Goblin Lair. At this point, it doesn't even really matter. Make a token. Acererak. Always Dark Pool. Acererak. Draw a card. Opponent's actually going to make us sit through this, do all this, aren't they? Phandelver. To the bottom. Acererak. All right, well, we will return a few hundred more clicks from now since our opponent's actually going to make us do this. Thankfully, like, this is not the hardest combo. It's actually pretty easy, and it doesn't take that much time. You just got to make sure you don't click on the wrong dungeon. That's the only way you can really mess it up. As long as you keep going through Fandelver, there's really no way to mess it up and lose. Also worth mentioning, you can bounce Acererak with the trigger on the stack. So you even win if you're running out of cards. Like, you aren't going to draw yourself to death with this combo. We don't need to do it now because we have plenty of cards in our deck, but there are ways you can keep a bunch of Acererak triggers on the stack to not resolve the card draw trigger and resolve the ones that you do want. So keep that in mind if you do decide to pick up the deck. Well, all right, Acererak. So I'm assuming our opponent's going for like a timeout win eventually, which, yeah, I mean, I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. We're not using that much time though. All right, I'm gonna stop rambling. Y'all can go take a break, take a nap, and we'll return once we finish this combo. All right, opponent scoops it up. They said, done thinking about sideboarding. Good game. All right. So we didn't have to go through the full combo. Opponent took advantage of having a bit of extra time to do some thinking, which probably a wise move. All right, so opponent's playing control with standstill. I guess that means Thoughtseize, Carpet of Flowers, Veil of Summer most likely. Abrupt Decay doesn't seem great. Maybe we got to keep in the Force of Wills just to protect our combo, since our opponent's probably going to keep in theirs. Do we want to cut Veteran Explorer? It seems like all of our opponent's removals exile based. Maybe, probably, perhaps. I mean, it's still good if we have Cabal Therapy, but we only have 3 therapies. We only have 1 Veteran Explorer. Yeah, let's cut it. Cut the Veteran Explorer. What else can go? We gotta cut 3 more cards. We might need the Grist just as a way to get rid of Timeless Dragon. I can't believe I'm saying that, but we might need to deal with the Timeless Dragon. Legacy. Legacy is just a wonderful format. You never know what you're gonna run into. Maybe we can go down like a Spellseeker, a Green Sun Zenith, and a Green Sun Zenith. Yeah, let's try it like that. So bring in Thoughtseizes, Counter Protection, Carpet of Flowers, all of which are pretty excellent. Ooh, this hand. Oh, we probably got a mulligan this. We got the Allurens, but the rest of the hand is so risky. We can't even get a basic island to go with the Brainstorm, so Wasteland's a thing. All right, I guess we try this. This is also a smidge risky. Opponent, Tundra, and passes. Well, Verdant Catacombs, crack, Verdant Catacombs. Get a Snow-Covered Forest, Carpet of Flowers. All right, resolves. That's good mana-wise. Add a blue, Ponder. I'll put on top, no shuffle. That's fine. We get another basic to play around Wasteland. I mean, I guess our opponent probably has Prismatic Ending that can deal with Carpet of Flowers. And then we can decide whether we want the Acererak or not. Opponent. Search for Escanta. Sure. Opponent passes. Carpet of Flowers. Yeah, might as well add a blue. Play the land. Living Wish. Yes. And what do we want? Rexage can deal with this Kanta. Grist could be good. We don't need the land. Now let's take Grist. And then Ponder. I guess we keep the Acererak now. Let's go Island, Acererak, Ponder. No shuffle. Draw the Ponder. Pass the turn. Well, if we can get down Grist, that would be really sweet, because Grist is very strong against our opponent's standstill plan. Like, if we have a Planeswalker down, that is bad news for standstill. Opponent mills a Force. And passes. All right. Well, Carpet of Flowers. Yes. Do we wait on Grist? Probably. Let's just add blue. Ponder. Yeah, those are all good cards. Yeah, I think we want all of these. Brainstorm on top, Veil of Summer on top, Snow-Covered Island on top. No shuffle. Play a Snow-Covered Island, pass the turn. We're just gonna wait and run out Ice Fang Coatl. Playing around Wasteland pretty well. Opponent is Ganta. All right, must have a land on top. All right, Plains, that's a good land for our opponent. That's a land that doesn't even turn on our Carpet of Flowers. Well, run out Coatl. Teferi is annoying because it shuts down our counters. Opponent bounces. And, well, okay, Carpet of Flowers. Add black. Let's brainstorm. Put back Diabolic Intent. Put back Living Wish. Oh, this is so awkward, but I think we Veil of Summer preemptively. Verdant Catacombs, crack it. Get a snow-covered forest. Grist. And start making insects. Pass the turn. All right, well, we got down Grist. The Teferi is obnoxious, but hopefully this Grist can deal with it. Search for Escanta on top. Grist definitely means that Standstill is going to be worse, because I think Grist will beat Teferi in the Planeswalker Wars. Takes up Teferi. Wasteland, not doing much. And, all right, Swords to Plowshares on the insect, sure. And, ooh, Scroll of Fate. All right, that's frightening. Opponent passes. Now, Carpet of Flowers. I guess we had black. A little bit worried about just dying to Scroll of Fates here. How do we want to do this? So we can get Rexage to try to kill Scroll of Fates, but our opponent can manifest in response. You know what, let's brainstorm. Okay, interesting. Now, put back Bayou Acererak. Thoughtseize our opponent. So if our opponent manifests now, we can Coatl, draw a card, kill the manifest with Grist. That does mean Teferi is going to keep doing Teferi stuff. Scroll of Fates, manifests, Thoughtseize, take a... I wonder if they're comboing with this or if they're just making 2/2s. Well, take Ashiok, play Icefang Coatl, draw a card, Grist, sack Coatl, kill the manifest, I think. All right, it was just a land. Well, snow-covered swamp, Living Wish. Is it force time? All right, well, we will get... Actually, really interesting. We can take Rexage to deal with the Scroll of Fates, or we can take Endurance to keep Search for Escanta from turning on. Let's take Rexage. I guess Rexage could also blow up this Escanta if we needed to. Well, pass the turn. We know our opponent's got Force in hand, double Force. They don't have much to manifest, though. So apparently, maybe they're not actually comboing with Scroll of Fates, and they're just using it because it's good with Standstill. Mills land. Opponent's trying to avoid the islands, which makes sense. Takes up to Fairy. All right, well, we know the hand. 2 Force of Wills. Opponent passes. We draw Bayou. We add a blue mana. We brainstorm. Well, there is Aluren. So close. All right, put back a Bayou. Put back one of the Acereraks. Play Misty Rainforest. Play Rexage. Opponent looks to be hard casting Force of Will. Yeah, well, we will crack Misty, snow-covered island, take up Grist, Acererak. Well, go to Phandelver. Scry. I don't think we need another Carpet of Flowers. All right, pass the turn. Well, this is going to be interesting. The question's going to be, can we actually find a way to resolve the Aluren? Another discard spell is what we want the most. Like, finding a discard spell that we can use to get the Force out of our opponent's hand is really good here. So opponent going to flip this Escanta, I assume. See if they cash in the Teferi to bounce the insect, because we can just kill it with Grist. We also got to be aware of time. Because our opponent made us play out that first game, there is some risk that we run out of time. Escanta, are we flipping? Yes. All right, so opponent's got their engine going. We know there's a Force. What does Teferi do? Unfortunately, we already spent our Veil of Summer. I think it was totally worth it, though, because we got a Grist out of it. All right, opponent catches in Teferi, draws a card. Well, come on, Thoughtseize. Opponent, Flooded Strand, passes. We draw land. Well, Carpet of Flowers. Add black mana. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, play Aluren. This is definitely going to eat a Force. Or maybe they let it go and try to counter the Acererak. That seems risky, though. Wow, they do. Okay. Well, make an insect. Opponent's going to manifest. Okay. Wait, isn't this our opponent losing? Oh, they drew Ethersword Canonist. All right, that's awkward. All right, well, pass the turn. So now we need to deal with this Canonist. Yeah, that's actually kind of an issue. Play the Bayou, pass the turn. Oh, yeah, Ethersword Canonist is kind of insane here. And now our opponent also gets to start digging with this Escanta. Opponent finds. Being able to get back Uro is actually kind of helpful. Milling this Uro is big. That gives us options for next turn. We can also try to... Opponent gets a Stifle. Okay. Opponent cracks their fetch. Yup. Untaps. Opponent goes to combat. Gonna hit the Grist. Sure. Down to 2. Opponent's going to brainstorm. Oh, this also kind of locks our opponent, though. Okay, interesting decision. Well, now we get a free Acererak to make a Goblin. untap, add some mana. Well, let's Uro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if our opponent counters this, all right, opponent does not counter. So we get an Uro, we get to draw a card, gain some life. We will not put the land into play. Take up Grist, because our opponent can stifle and kill it anyway. All right, pass the turn. Ah, this is close. Get in with an insect. Wow, opponent's gonna manifest. All right, I think we're okay with this. Sure. Opponent makes a 2/2, eats the insect. The problem with our opponent is they are, well, we'll see. Pass the turn. They do have a pretty nice value lock set up, and they are ahead on time, which is the biggest concern. Because our opponent did that, like, oh, we're not gonna, I'm not gonna sideboard this year. That was a little bit of, I don't know. I feel like our opponent was trying to set up to win the game with time, and used thinking about sideboarding as an excuse about it. We're gonna have to keep that in mind. There might be a point where if things get too bad that we just have to concede. Opponent goes to combat, attacks Grist. We will block. Opponent passing. Well, cast an Uro. Draw a card, gain some life. Put a land into play. Force of Will's interesting. Opponent passes. Add some blue mana. Opponent can stifle, though. That's the issue. Get back Uro. Draw a card, gain some life. No land. Take up to make an insect. Pass the turn. What a grind. We just can't get rid of this Ethersworn Canonist. The stifle in hand is a big deal. Opponent going to his Kanta. Gets a suspend. Okay. Suspends a token. Manifests. Oh, bounces Uro. How can we get out from under this Canonist? Yeah. Oh, we just don't have the removal for it. Opponent goes to combat. Everything at Grist. Well, we will block a manifest. Grist goes to 2. Oh, this is gonna be close. This is gonna be super close. Well, let's Spellseeker. We really need this to resolve. Okay, Spellseeker resolves. That's fine. That is fine. That's fine. We untap. We draw a Cabal Therapy. That's also huge. All right, add blue. We might be able to get there. So Grist. Opponent's gonna stifle. We are going to force. Pitching the Uro. Opponent can't cast another spell because Canonist is out. Sacrifice the Spellseeker. I think we're gonna get there. I think we navigated our way through. Maybe. Yes. Sack. Kill. Cabal Therapy. Name Force of Will. Brainstorm. Standstill. All right. Well, Acererak resolves. Opponent. Gonna brainstorm. Sure. I mean, we still have the force backup, which is big. And then we'll see if our opponent, if they're dead, if they scoop, or if they actually do try to win by time. Wow, this game was so close. Well, we navigated our way through the control deck. I think we should have it now. Opponent has his swords. Well, we will force the swords. Did you hit 2 swords? All right. Dark Pool. Acererak. Yeah, opponent's got nothing. All right. Acererak. Always yield. Are they really going to try to win by time? Oh, that's so sketchy. Yeah, whatever. Always yield. Can we do this in 4 minutes is the question. Dark Pool. Opponent says 16. Oh, this is going to be tense. Opponent gives us the GGs and scoops it up. Okay. Whew. Wow, thank you, opponent, for not trying to make us do that. I think we could have done it, but it was going to be close. Well, Acererak comes through. I feel like we actually played that game really well. I know there's been some puns earlier in the league, but I feel pretty good about how we played that one. Like, we played around the stifle. We managed to work into a position where Grist could answer the hate card, the Canonist, to let us combo off. So I actually feel like that was, as far as how well we played, that might have been our best game. And that was an impressive win against a control deck with a lot of annoying things to stop our combo. Whew. Well, one more to go. And we got the Acererak 5-0 potentially. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Much brew about nothing time. We are going for the 5-0. We'll see. We'll see. Going for the 5-0 with Acererak, Aluren in Legacy. And, well, I mean, we're going for it. Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Get a Snow-Covered Forest. Green Sun Zenith. X0. Get a Dryad Arbor. 1 mana. Rampant Growth. Got him. Go. 1 mana Rampant Growth where our creature can potentially die. Abundant Harvest. Okay. Gets a snow-covered forest. Well, I think we just... Verdant Catacombs. Crack Verdant Catacombs. Snow-covered swamp. And, Grix? Alright, so opponent's got Force of Will, but at least Force of Will's out of their hand. Opponent, Mystical Sanctuary passes. Well, another Green Sun Zenith. I guess this means big Green Sun Zenith X3 for Leovold. It might be decent. Leovold's kind of a busted card. So that shuts down Brainstorms and whatnot for the time being. Uro. Well, sure, you get to ramp, but you don't get to draw. No, I don't even get... Oh my god. All right, well, do we even want to Aluren yet? Maybe we don't. We don't have the win. We could try to draw into it. Who knows what our opponent has? You know what? Let's cast Aluren and see what happens. Aluren. Ice Fang Coatl. Draw a card. Uro. Draw a card, put a Misty Rainforest into play. Crack Misty. Come on, Acererak for the win. Snow-covered island. Ponder. There it is. Top, top, top. We will definitely not shuffle, and let's play this in case there's a daze. And Acererak a few times. Got him. Oh, that's our best game yet. Good God. That was our fastest kill. That was our fastest kill by far. Well. I don't know what we're up against exactly, but we're 1 win away. We are 1 win away from the 5-0 with Acererak and Legacy. Oh man, I love Legacy. Every time we play Legacy, I just have a ridiculous amount of fun. I wish I had a better idea what our opponent's playing. Is it just like, is it Miracles? Miracles, just like Bant value, Vant creatures. I don't know. So how do we want to Thoughtseize? Carpet of Flowers is probably good. Probably something like this. Maybe the Caracas to deal with opposing Uros. And who knows what else. Going down, let's go down 1 fetch. Brainstorm, Ponder, Cabal Therapy, Thoughtseize. What can we cut? This might be another matchup where we can cut the Veteran Explorer. Go down a Veteran Explorer. Maybe a couple of Cabal Therapies if we're cutting Veteran Explorer. 1 Spellseeker. 1 Green Suns. Abrupt Decay is probably fine. Yeah, let's try it like that. Try it like that, see what happens. So opponent's on the play. I mean, technically we just gotta win 1 more game. 1 more game, and we got the 5-0 opponent. Abundant Growth draws a card. Are they Enchantress? What in the world is going on over there? Well, you know what? I think we're gonna find out. Thoughtseize you. Jace, Back to Basics, Jace, Canonist. Well, we don't really care about Back to Basics. We do care about Canonist. Let's take Canonist. All right, that hand's not that scary. Wow, if we can find Cabal Therapy and name Jace, that would be hilariously effective. We sideboard out most of them, but it's still possible. Opponent, land, passing. Well, Misty, crack it. Snow-covered island. Ponder, looking for land. Well, that works. Do we want the Aluren here? So we're gonna have to stop the Jace. We know that. I think we do. Let's go Coatl, Misty, Aluren. Because we can't play the land this turn anyway. So draw the Aluren for the future, pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. Not even gonna run out Back to Basics. Opponent passes. Okay, so let's brainstorm. Put back an Uro. Put back and the Green Sun Zenith, I guess? Actually, maybe we want Green Sun Zenith to get a Dryad Arbor. Maybe we put back the Bayou. Is that a horrible idea? So what is our plan here? We can Misty, get a forest. Green Sun Zenith for Dryad Arbor. That opens up Aluren with maybe Force backup next turn, depending on if we counter the Jace. But does that mean we need to keep both lands? You know, I think we can put the Bayou back. Our own Bayou, Misty Rainforest. Crack it. Snow-covered forest. Green Sun Zenith. X0. Dryad Arbor. Go. All right. Well, ooh, this is an interesting turn. Opponent runs out of Coatl, sure. The question is, do we counter the Jace, or do we let the Jace resolve? You know what, I think we counter it. I mean, we don't win next turn anyway, though, because we don't have... I really don't want Jace on the battlefield. That's bad news for us. Let's force pitch Spellseeker. Opponent passes. We draw Aluren. Well, Aluren. Coatl. Come on, Acererak. Come on, Acererak. Opponent casts an arrow to draw a card. Come on, Acererak. Acererak for the win. Opponent does not have a land. We draw. Ponder. Well, we will Uro. Acererak? No. All right. Okay. Well, not the greatest turn we've ever seen. Pass the turn. Opponent untaps. Yeah, that was actually kind of awkward. Opponent ponders. Watch our opponent have a Acererak in their deck and get us with the old Reverserino. Oh, opponent shuffles. Does not find a land. Well, we will ponder. Oh, God. Oh, geez. Oh, boy. Okay. I think we're dead. Yeah, that is a disaster. So opponent gets a treasure. Play Carpet of Flowers. Play Karakas. Pass the turn. Hull Breacher. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I mean, we're not even going to do anything with the mana. Pass the turn. Opponent's deck seems like they like having a Aluren out. Who would have guessed? So we need to just, like, miraculously draw a Acererak and have our opponent not have a counter. There's a Jace. Yeah, this Hull Breacher's... Ugh. Yeah, our Aluren is helping our opponent a ton here. Well, maybe we shouldn't have run it out. Maybe we should have waited until we found a Acererak. Opponent passes. We draw nothing. I mean, we can't even Uro because... We can't even really Uro because of this Hull Breacher. Attack Jace, doesn't matter. Well, I mean, I guess we Uro just to have the body and give our opponent a treasure. Ugh, so bad. Yes, opponent, would you enjoy a treasure? Haha, put that tropical island into play. Hull Breacher, jeez. Good thing that card's banned in Commander. That card is brutal. This Hull Breacher is basically winning our opponent the game. Oh no! Oh no! Opponent gets to brainstorm. Sure, yeah, you get to brainstorm. I hate Hull Breacher. Although in Legacy there's answers to it, we just don't have them. Opponent tapping a ridiculous amount of mana, getting back in Uro. Hey, there Uro also gets to draw cards. We just don't have any answers to. This Hull Breacher going to bounce our Uro. Life's getting worse. Well, Karakas bounce Uro. Untap. Well, okay. Our opponent has drawn a ridiculous number of cards, so I don't actually expect this is going to work, but Acererak resolves. Yeah, all right. Actually, no, that's fine, because we get to bounce Acererak. Desperation Uro. Do they draw another answer? They go to 29. Oh my goodness. Okay. Miracles a Terminus. I guess this does turn our Uro back on. Well, now we just need to draw another Acererak. Wow. There was a miracle on the top. Well, we get to scry to try to find a Acererak. Oh, Living Wish. Well, okay, opponent needs another answer. Uro for free. Draws a card, no land. Goes to the graveyard. Living Wish? You got a force. Opponent, okay, more Desperation Uros. Please, not again. Opponent draws a card up to 32. Living Wish. Oh my God, another free Desperation. If they end up hitting an answer off this, I'm gonna puke. Are we done yet? Living Wish. Acererak. Cast it. Oh! We got there! We got there! And that is a 5-0. That is a 5-0. Our Aluren helped our opponent, but the deck came through in the end, and there might have been some punts and some stumbles along the way, but in the end, Acererak, Breaking Legacy with the 5-0 finish. Let's crack some treasure. 11 treasure chests. We've been on a cold streak with treasure chests lately. I think it's time that we get something good. Like a complete set. That would be spectacular. Pillar of the Perunes. I mean, 35 play points is good. I wonder if Pillar of the Perunes, it seems like a card that eventually will do something. Eventually, there'll be a deck that has enough multicolor spells that this is actually like Ancient Ziggurat good. Oh wow, it's actually expensive in paper. I guess it's he's playing Nivtile. All right. So I guess it already has found that deck a little bit. Manoplasm. Whenever he gets a spell, it gets +X/+S, where X the spell's mana value. Not super exciting. 9 to go. Something good. Ooh, Deadly Rollick. That might be worth something. It is a commander card. That means it only came in treasure chests. It is... All right, $2.76. Nourishing Shoal, I don't think is worth anything. Grishelbrand has not been a deck in a while, and it was reprinted. Kind of glad that Grishelbrand, 1 penny. Kind of glad that Grishelbrand's not really a thing anymore. Ooh, Icefang Quaddle's a good one. That's got to be a good one. That's like a staple. 6 ticks. Pretty good. Flood of Tears, sweet way to sneak and Omniscience into play. All right, these chests, no home runs, but Sphinx is Oh, it's so bad. So bad. Like the absolute, like, most pitiful silence of all time. Each opponent can't cast instant or sorceries during the next turn. It's like the worst silence that I've ever imagined, and it only does it in your opponent's next turn. So it doesn't even keep, allow you to resolve your stuff during your turn. They can still counter stuff during your turn because it's a sorcery. Ixalan is so underpowered. Like, oh my god. It's just so underpowered. Orb of Warding. Played some Orb of Warding before. Like a expensive artifact, Leyline of Sanctity. Not the worst sideboard card for something like Karn. Although Witchbane Orb kind of beats it sometimes. Felidar Sovereign. Good way to win a commander game. Sargon Unsealing. You used to see play in Standard a tiny bit in Fringe decks. Ooh, damn. With the full border, does that have any value? Damn. 34 cents. Oh, actually, maybe the extended border is better. There's so many versions. Oh no, that's even worse. Oh, 70 cents. All right, 70 cents. So not valuable, but a card that we could use. I do like the promos. Extended border, not one of my favorites. Bronze-Eyed Lion, 45 play points. That'll help pay for our next league. True Polymorph. As opposed to false polymorph. Wow, this is the polymorph. The polymorph pack, polymorph treasure chest, along with Avatar. All right, last one. Force and Negation, Ragavan, complete set, something! Silent Submarine. Well, treasure chest can't get played too much. We got the Icefang Quaddle. That's a decent card. We got some play points, which are always useful, but the deck killed it. But that's wrap-up stuff. I'll be right back to talk about it in the wrap-up. So what did we learn this week about Sultai, Acererak, Aluren, and Legacy? And we killed it. We went 5-0. Somehow, having never played the deck before and punting somewhat brutally a couple of times in our early matches, but we kind of just cruised through the league. In fact, out of our 5 matches, we only dropped a single game along the way against Is It Delver, which is the best deck in the format, but the deck just kind of absolutely crushed it. We found the combo consistently. When we didn't find the combo, the deck has a decent value plan, like Icefang Quaddles and Uros are good at just letting us play a fair, value-friendly game plan. Living Wish was huge, being able to either snag our combo or being able to snag specific answers, like snagging the Plague Engineer in our first match against Mono Red Prison to deal with the Goblin Rabblemaster tokens. That was pretty much a game-winning play, so I feel like the deck's actually really good. Like, if I can win with it and go 5-0, punting a little bit along the way and never having played the deck before, that's usually a sign the deck is actually pretty legitimate. So, I don't know, maybe Adventures in Forgotten Realms is a little bit better than people are giving it credit for in Legacy of all places. So, if you're looking for something new and you got $1 million to spend on a Magic deck and you like Legacy, seems like a pretty good option. About the price of the deck, I mean, you could say this about basically every Legacy deck, but I know $4,000 is like an absurd price in paper. Not that bad on Moto, but if you actually look at the breakdown of the deck, the 3 original dual lands, the one Bayou, the one Tropical Island, the one Underground Sea, those 3 cards are like half of the deck's price. Those 1 copy each is over $2,000. So get rid of the reserve list, please, Wizards. Reprint these lands so people can play an amazing format like Legacy, because every single time we play Legacy, I just have so much fun. I have so much fun. The games are interesting. We play some really long, interesting, like close games with a ton of decisions. It's just an amazing format, and I wish it was more accessible. But anyway, that's Acererak. That is Sultai, Acererak, Aluren. That is Legacy. And that's been our Much Brew for this week. So thanks for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Did you enjoy today's Legacy Much Brew About Nothing? Well, make sure to check out the Legacy Minotaurs deck we played a little bit ago for Against the Odds.